Did we just spot a villain, Kevin Harlan? Was that Dillon Brooks underneath the basket?
Wow. All I could see was ice.
Dillon Brooks just pulled one of the most savage moves the NBA has seen in a long time. The guy really bought a courtside seat at a Lakers playoff game just so he could watch LeBron James struggle up close and personal. And here's the wild part. He does not even play for the Thunder anymore. Dillon showed up strictly for the drama. Cameras kept catching him sitting there with iced-out chains, looking way too happy every time the Lakers messed up a possession. Every missed shot, every turnover, every bad moment. Brooks looked like he was enjoying a front-row comedy show. Quick question for the comments. Is this the pettiest move the NBA has seen in years, or did Dillon Brooks officially lock in his lifetime villain badge with this one? Because seriously, how many people would spend real money on a courtside playoff ticket just to troll somebody they don't like? That takes a different level of dedication. Dillon Brooks treats grudges like prized possessions. He never lets anything slide, never forgets a moment, and always finds a way to bring old drama back at the worst possible time for the other side. And honestly, this latest move might be the funniest thing to happen all postseason.
On and picks up the Thunder foul.
Well, we've seen an aggressive LeBron James.
The Lakers were fighting for survival in Game 4 against the Thunder. Their backs were completely against the wall, down 3-0 in the series. Crypto.com arena felt tense. Fans were stressed. The broadcast
on and picks up the Thunder foul.
Meanwhile, the calmest guy in the building was somehow Dillon Brooks, not sitting on the bench, not wearing a uniform. Not even part of the series. The man flew in from Phoenix, grabbed himself a luxury courtside seat, and settled in just to watch LeBron possibly get bounced from the playoffs right in front of him.
Too, as we continue to talk about on all our broadcasts together, it's the team
that is elite level pettiness. Think about the effort behind this mission. Booking the flight, locking in the hotel, buying one of the most expensive seats in the arena, planning the fit, making sure the chains sparkled under the lights, and sitting in perfect camera range so everybody watching at home could see that grin every single time the Lakers collapsed during a play. This was not some random celebrity appearance. This looked like a fully planned trolling operation. Everything about it screamed calculated revenge energy. Dillon Brooks looked like a man who had been waiting a long time for a moment exactly like this. And the backstory makes this whole thing even messier. The tension between Dillon Brooks and LeBron James goes all the way back to the 2023 playoffs, when the Memphis Grizzlies faced the Lakers in the first round. Memphis came into that series feeling confident as the higher seed, and Brooks made it his personal mission to get under LeBron's skin every chance he got. Trash talk during games, hard fouls, comments to the media, non-stop pressure. Brooks turned the whole series into psychological warfare. He wanted everybody talking about him, and honestly, it worked.
And when they started making a run.
There are some people, the Lakers are making that run, they get it to 14. You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say, maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care, he's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on. But, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come.
At one point, Brooks even threw out the now famous quote that NBA fans still bring up today whenever these two names are connected. Lakers fans definitely have not forgotten it either. That whole series created real bad blood between them, and ever since then, every little interaction has felt personal. So when people saw Dillon Brooks smiling courtside while the Lakers struggled, nobody thought it was accidental. This felt like years of tension turning into one loud, petty statement right in front of the cameras. Dillon Brooks really started this whole drama back when he told reporters that LeBron James was old. He said he did not care about the reputation, did not care about the spotlight, and was basically waiting for LeBron to come after him because, in his own words, "I poke bears." Then he dropped the line that had the entire basketball world going crazy. Brooks said he does not respect anybody until they give him 40 points. At the time, Brooks was still viewed as more of a role player than a superstar. Most players in the league would never talk about LeBron like that in public, but Brooks said it casually, smiled like it was nothing, and walked away while NBA media exploded all over social media. The Lakers ended up beating Memphis in 6 games, and after the series, LeBron fired back on Instagram with the line everybody remembers: "If you ever see me fighting a grizzly bear, help the bear." That post was supposed to end the whole rivalry right there. Lakers fans thought Brooks got embarrassed, humbled, and sent home with a lesson. For about a week, people acted like the beef was finished, except Dillon Brooks clearly did not see it that way. Instead of backing down, he basically stored the loss away and kept the rivalry alive in his own head. Most players would have moved on by then. Brooks kept the energy going like he was building a personal scoreboard nobody else could see. Then last December, he added even more heat to the situation. During another media session, Brooks took another shot at LeBron and said, "LeBron likes people who bow down. I do not bow down." That quote spread everywhere. Sports pages posted it, debate shows talked about it non-stop, and basketball fans argued over it for weeks. Brooks knows exactly how to create headlines. Whether people love him or hate him, he understands how to turn trash talk into viral moments better than almost anybody in the league right now. Then came this postseason chaos. The Suns had a rough playoff run and got knocked out by the Thunder in the first round. Meanwhile, that same Thunder team moved on and started tearing through the Lakers in round 2. At that point, Brooks had no games left to play. His season was done. Most NBA players in that situation disappear for a while. Some hit the beach, some travel overseas, some relax with family and stay far away from basketball headlines. Not Dillon Brooks. This man decided the perfect way to spend his free time was buying a courtside ticket to a Lakers playoff game so he could personally watch LeBron's season possibly fall apart in real time. That is next-level commitment to a grudge. When cameras caught him during the second quarter of Game 4, social media instantly lost it. Brooks sat there covered in jewelry, smiling comfortably like he was enjoying the greatest night ever. Every bad Lakers possession looked like it gave him more life. Even the broadcast crew could not ignore it.
Did we just spot a villain, Kevin Harlan? Was that Dillon Brooks underneath the basket?
Wow.
All I could see was ice.
Kevin Harlan and the commentators started joking on air about whether they had just spotted the NBA's top villain sitting courtside. You could hear them laughing because the whole situation looked unreal. And once the clip hit the internet, it spread everywhere within minutes. The timing made it even worse for the Lakers. The Thunder were already dominating the series with a 3-0 lead. Analysts across the league were praising Oklahoma City for looking unstoppable, while the Lakers were getting cooked nonstop on TV shows, podcasts, live streams, and every sports page online. Everywhere you looked, people were roasting the Lakers. Then on top of all that, fans noticed Dillon Brooks sitting courtside, smiling through the chaos like he had been waiting years for this exact scene to happen. The Lakers were not just losing anymore. They were losing in front of one of their loudest rivals, and Brooks looked like he was loving every second of it. And while Dillon Brooks was sitting courtside smiling, there was also a whole basketball disaster happening for the Lakers on the floor. LeBron James has looked frustrated for most of this series. Fans have seen the complaints to referees, the long arguments after missed calls, the slow jogs back on defense, and those moments where the offense completely stalls out late in games. It has been building up game after game. Game 2 ended in an ugly 18-point loss. Then in Game 3, LeBron shot just 36.8% from the field and only scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. For a player held to superstar standards, those numbers immediately became a major talking point online. Now, Game 4 was heading in the same direction. At halftime, the Lakers were trailing 49-45, and the offense looked completely out of rhythm again. Possessions felt rushed. Players looked unsure, and the pressure inside the arena kept growing with every missed opportunity. Meanwhile, Dillon Brooks had a perfect front row view of all of it. The entire series has felt like a slow countdown toward elimination, and Brooks looked like he was enjoying every second of the chaos unfolding in front of him. Even the broadcast crew started getting into the deeper basketball side of the story during Brooks's viral courtside moment. They pointed out that LeBron was averaging only 3 free throw attempts per game in this series. Just 3. That number stood out because in the previous round against Houston, he was getting closer to 8 attempts per game. So naturally, people started questioning what changed against Oklahoma City. The commentators explained that the Thunder have brought way more physical intensity to the matchup, and honestly, it has shown from the opening tip every night. Oklahoma City has been setting the tone early with aggressive defense, nonstop pressure, and constant physical play. When a team controls the energy like that from the start, it often affects how the entire game gets officiated too, and that has been one of the biggest differences in this series. The Thunder have looked tougher, faster, and more comfortable playing through contact. They dictate the pace, they pressure every possession, and they force the Lakers into uncomfortable situations over and over again. Meanwhile, the Lakers have looked frustrated trying to adjust to that style. There have been moments where players seemed more focused on wanting calls from the refs instead of matching the physical intensity happening on the floor. And against a team like the Thunder, that approach usually does not work. The officials are not going to slow the game down every possession in a playoff series this physical. The more aggressive team often ends up controlling the flow, and right now Oklahoma City has completely owned that battle. Dillon Brooks definitely understands that type of basketball better than most. His entire career has been built around physical defense, constant pressure, and making opponents uncomfortable. So from his perspective, he was probably watching the Lakers struggle with the exact kind of playoff intensity he has talked about for years. As the game continued, the broadcast tried shifting attention back toward LeBron's aggressive moments early on. They showed clips of him attacking the paint through multiple defenders and earning contact at the rim. The commentators praised his preparation, his discipline, and how locked in he stays mentally no matter the situation. They talked about how LeBron always keeps himself ready for big moments, regardless of the score or pressure surrounding the game. The broadcast kept trying to sell hope to the audience, talking up LeBron's focus and leadership like the series was still hanging in the balance. It felt like classic playoff TV filler meant to keep fans emotionally locked in, even while the Lakers were slipping further toward elimination. Meanwhile, the cameras could not stop cutting back to Dillon Brooks, sitting courtside with that giant smile on his face. He looked way too comfortable watching the chaos unfold, almost like somebody had already told him the ending before the game even started. Lakers fans inside the arena were clearly not loving the situation either. Online reactions got ruthless fast. Some fans joked that arena security should have moved Brooks somewhere less visible. Others laughed about the Lakers supposedly offering him money just to leave the building. And plenty of people pointed out how wild it was that a Phoenix Suns player flew in specifically to enjoy a Lakers collapse in person. That detail alone had social media going crazy. And honestly, the Lakers could not do anything about it even if they wanted to. Brooks bought the ticket legally. He was a paying customer sitting in his assigned seat. The organization could not ban him, move him, or tell him to stop reacting to the game. The chain stayed on, the smile stayed on, and every camera shot made the whole situation even more viral. The truth is, Dillon Brooks has spent years building toward moments exactly like this. He has fully embraced being one of the NBA's biggest villains, and at this point, it is basically his brand. Because let's be real, Brooks is not viewed as one of the league's biggest superstars. He is not constantly in MVP conversations, and most rankings would not place him near the top tier of NBA talent. But what he does have is attention. Brooks figured out something a lot of players never understand. In today's NBA, personality matters almost as much as performance. If fans are constantly talking about you, debating you, arguing over you, or reacting to your interviews, you stay relevant. And Brooks has mastered that lane completely. His entire reputation is built around challenging bigger stars, talking trash without fear, and creating pressure-packed moments that people remember long after games end. Some fans cannot stand him. Other fans love the energy he brings. But either way, people keep talking about him non-stop. That type of player becomes extremely valuable in playoff basketball. Teams know Brooks brings toughness, intensity, and emotional chaos to big series. He is the kind of player that drives opponents crazy, while his own team feeds off the energy. Every playoff run needs somebody willing to be the agitator, and Brooks turned that role into a major part of his career identity. And this courtside appearance was another perfect example of it. Every shot of him laughing became instant content online. Every close-up of the chains, the grin, and the reaction spread across social media within minutes. Basketball pages reposted the clips non-stop because Brooks understands modern sports entertainment better than most players do. He knows attention is currency now. Years ago, when Brooks first called LeBron old, the basketball world acted like he had crossed a major line. Fans roasted him non-stop. Analysts called him disrespectful. Everybody rallied around LeBron while Brooks became public enemy #1 for even saying it out loud. But now look at the conversations happening around the league. People everywhere are openly debating whether LeBron can still carry a team deep into the playoffs at this stage of his career. Sports shows discuss it daily. Podcasts bring it up constantly. Every Lakers loss turns into another giant age debate online. Even major basketball personalities have started questioning where things stand now. Charles Barkley has made jokes. Other former players have criticized the Lakers' direction. Analysts keep asking whether this version of LeBron can still dominate physically against younger, faster, more aggressive playoff teams. And that is what makes the Brooks situation so messy for Lakers fans. Back in 2023, Brooks got crushed publicly for saying what many people are now discussing openly. At the time, The basketball world treated him like he was completely out of line. 3 years later, similar conversations are happening everywhere. So now Brooks gets to sit courtside watching the exact storyline he talked about years ago become one of the biggest topics in basketball. That has to feel satisfying for him. What also changed is the dynamic between the two players themselves. Earlier in the rivalry, LeBron responded directly. He posted the famous Grizzly Bear caption, fired back through social media, and clearly treated the feud like personal motivation during the playoffs. Now things feel different. Brooks is no longer just the loud underdog trying to get attention from a superstar. At this point, he looks more like somebody watching the basketball world slowly catch up to his original take. And the craziest part? Brooks barely even needs to talk anymore. Before, he needed press conferences and interviews to stir controversy. Now the cameras do all the work for him. One courtside shot of him smiling during a Lakers collapse tells the whole story without him saying a single word. By the end of the night, Dillon Brooks did not need interviews, tweets, or trash talk to steal attention from the game. One courtside appearance was enough to set the entire basketball world on fire. Fans kept zooming in on every reaction he made. Every Lakers mistake had people checking the broadcast just to see Brooks laughing again. It almost felt like he became part of the storyline instead of just a spectator sitting in the crowd, and the timing made everything hit even harder. The Lakers were already fighting heavy criticism, already dealing with non-stop questions about their future, and already struggling against a younger Thunder squad that looked faster and more physical from start to finish. Then right in the middle of all that pressure, there was Dillon Brooks sitting courtside in full villain mode, watching it all happen live like he had been waiting years for this exact moment. That is why the clip exploded online so quickly. It was not just about basketball anymore. It became another chapter in one of the NBA's messiest rivalries, and Brooks somehow found a way to make himself one of the biggest talking points of the playoffs without even stepping on the court once. Dillon Brooks really turned a random playoff game into one of the most talked about moments of the postseason without playing a single minute. That is the kind of chaos only he can create. One courtside seat, one camera shot, and suddenly, the entire NBA world is debating pettiness, rivalries, and whether Brooks just pulled off the coldest troll move of the year. And honestly, the wildest part is that this rivalry still feels far from over. Every time these names get connected, the internet goes crazy again. Love him or hate him, Brooks knows exactly how to keep himself in the spotlight. Now I want to hear from you. Was Dillon Brooks being hilarious, or did he take the trolling way too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another NBA fan who needs to see this story. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.